Sir, my respect, but your voice is a little bit low. I can't hear you properly. Yes, sir, I do have. Yes, sir. All right, sir. Yes, sir. In every situation, should fall RP for macros. Understood. Okay, sir. Yes, sir, I got it. Yes, sir, I know it. If the suspect refused to give their password or an ID in the first ask, you must ask him again. If he refused to give again, you put him under arrest and read his rights and give him 3.6 violation. All right. So now I ask him, "Hello, sir or ma'am, may I see his description?" If he refused and tried to run, I tell him, "Police, stop," and I ask him again. And then if he refused, I put him under arrest and tell him that you are under arrest and give him his rights and give him the violation of 3.6. I'll tell him, "Police, stop, last warning, or I will use force." Then after I arrest him, I give him his right and read all his proper rights by the court of law, and then I give him 3.6, and then give him 3.3, resisting an arrest. And 3.2, yeah, exactly. Refusing to cooperate with an officer. Like, can you clarify the question, please? If, for example, I saw him walking by, I will tell him, "Police, stop." If he continue walking, I'll tell him, "Last noise force." In case if he stopped, then I will ask him kindly to see his password. And if is what are you saying, sir? Yes, sir. I know he's wanted, but I can't arrest him without making sure that he's wanted. I'm going to check the screenshot that I took it from the wanted list first, and then see if he matches the descriptions. And I see how many felony crimes he have. After I check his passport, after I check his passport, I tell him, "Sir, I arrest you because you have violation. You have the right to remain silent." And then you have the right to remain silent and tell him every right he has, and I put him under arrest and I take him to the station. I'll take the action more mature and like every cop should be he do. Like after I put him under arrest, I'm gonna to give him a violation after I arrest him, and the violation is 2.5 murder threat or murder, and I will give him 3.2 because he disobeyed an officer and refused to cooperate. Aiding and resist, 3.6. Oh my bad, yeah. 2 points. Instead, insulting of state of employee. I'll go to him and tell him police stop. And if I tell him if he starts walking by, I tell him police stop, last warning. And then I will ask him for his ID. And if I found any violation, I will tell him his rights. And then I will give him violation of uh, damaging state property. Give him damage of state property and disobeying an officer and resisting an arrest. If he refused to cooperate with me, 3.6 in case if he didn't give me his password. Yes, sir. First of all, I'll tell him police stop. I'll tell him get out of the vehicle or I'll use force. And then if he pulled over, I might ask him for his passport first. And then if I found any violation or any, I'll try to make him stop. Either I come in front him or I give him the warning of tasing. And then if he didn't listen to me, I'm going to tase him and arrest him. And then I will give him the violation of 1.8, and I will give him 3.2, disobeying an officer and resisting an arrest, and 3.4, violation traffic rules. I'll tell him police here, gun down, last warning or I'll use force. If he put his gun down, then I'm going to ask about his password. If I found any suspicious thing on his password or any violation, I'll give him his rights. And if he refuses to put down his gun, I'm going to give him 1.9 and I'm going to give him 3.2. Or he refuses to give his gun or run away, I'm going to give him 3.1 visit. First of all, I'll tell him police stop. I'll tell him police stop, get out of the vehicle, or I'll use force. And if he stops, I'm gonna to tell him to see his password. And if I found anything suspicious, I'm going to read his rights. And if he refuses to give me his password, I'm going to give him 3.6, 3.6, and 3.4. And if he refuses to cooperate with me, I'll give him 3.2. Are we good until now? First of all, I tell him, police, stop, last warning, or is that get out of this place. Okay, so if he refused, I'm going to arrest him and read for him his rights and tell him 1.7 and 3.2. In case he refuses to be arrested, I'll give him 3.1, and that's all I think. Thank you, sir.